Hey everyone, welcome back to my playthrough of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Last time we were on the saloon car interrogating our dear pal Knuckles, who, it turns out, he was playing video games with Vector the Crocodile and Shadow the Hedgehog, and Rouge was also here for mysterious reasons. So as far as we know, Knuckles is in the clear, but that may change in the future. So let's head on to the next car. Oh, I do apologize for my voice. I've currently got a cold, so I won't, it's gonna be a bit difficult when it comes to reading as the characters would be like. Right. Ready to mosey down to the next car? You got it, partner. Alright. Onwards! My voice is not at its best. I do apologize. So now we're at the library car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. So yeah, as Knuckles said in the last part, would find Vector and Espio here, as well as Amy in the very first part as well. Oh boy. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Alright, you're about to see how bad my voice got with this cold. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Want to join us in finding clues? Flattered, but at the pace you two are going, Sonic's murderer will never get found. Oh, she's confident. She must have something up her sleeve. This tip is too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door in the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has the master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye. Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. They keep highlighting that. It's like they want to drum it in our heads that it's definitely not Tails, and it's definitely not Amy. And I'm, here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved! I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right now. But, right up. Oh! Right. Quick drink. Oh boy. This cold is not doing wonders for me. But the show must go on. Anyway, I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right now. Maybe. I'll get better soon. Don't worry. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Victor, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. Please don't phrase it like that, please. You don't know the people that watch this. And I'm SBO the poet. I'm joking about that last comment I made as Vector, by the way. I made about Vector's word, by the way. I am very much joking. Poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most arithmetic of prose? Prose. Can I hear some? Sure, teardrops in the spring, can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Dash and I were here to establish both your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. Where Amy told SBO and me and SBO to stay. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? We happened to see a lipstick on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got engrossed by the rolling monkey action. I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it alright. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. Grammar seems to be off. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and SBO couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We just need to peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. If you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they were saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reasons for leaving the saloon, for leaving his post, and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. Okay, so what should we look at first? Well, let's look at his robot arm. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. Look at his face! Look at this guy's face! I want to give him head pats. Look at him in his tiny little hat. Anyway, this old chow's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly into safety because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. If this child can stick to his principles, find the strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster, right? Alright, so we looked at a very interesting poster. So before we continue looking around, let's talk to our two suspects here. Or better yet, the first thing we must always do, check the bin. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something there. Dashi, are you sad that there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah. We just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Dashi, you're pretty unconversational sometimes. Unconventional. But I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train? I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. I mean, the guy's actually a detective. Can I take your order? Oh, yes, please, I'm starved. Actually, I'm off duty at the moment. The murder mystery is more important. Then why would you show me the menu? Show the menu to me. Come on, Dashi. Why'd you tease him like that? And here I thought I could trust you. You made a fool of me. Look, Dashi, you made him a fool. Come on, Dashi, smooth this over. No, I'm the fool. Yeah. Smooth things over, but at what cost? Ugh. Alright, let's talk to him. Oh, that's something we already went through. So, never mind. Let's look at this door. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked the door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock. Shadow's lock is added to your inventory. Alright, let's speak to SBO next. Fancy a poem? Space! Okay, I've made it up to space, where my beloved, with my beloved antique face. But a mistake in my haste dropped the vase, ace from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace. What caused you to drop the face? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Let's talk to him because we all look at that other one, don't we? What'll it be? Trains! Locomotive in motion. I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Thanks? I actually really like that one. Huh? Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignore the grumbled tummy, for the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs sunny. Oh, wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train, though. My talent is wasted on you lot. SBO's just very poetic today. Alright, let's start searching for evidence. So you mentioned that Rouge found something in the brochure stand, so let's have a look here. Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Dasher, look at this! There's a couple of maps here. There seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Should we take the brochure about a cave too? Look, there's a Stellus. I can't pronounce it. It's probably such an easy word. Stellus. Oh, yeah, I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry. Nah, leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. I wish to be in a cave. This guy wishes to be in cave. He wishes to be caveman. Let's look at these books. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior! I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're open too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Oh, Rouge did it. It was Rouge. I should have known. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy. So plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. makes me want to take a nap personally. In fact, maybe I'll just rest my eyes for a bit. Actually, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time, I'd have one ring! What's this? What's this bright red book? Ah, yuck. This reeks of evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelette. You may not be wrong. Honestly, why is there an Eggman book on there? Oh. I bet some of you guys have already noticed this picture here. Please, tell me, who could this person be? I'm pretty sure he has some fondness for cucumber sandwiches of sorts. But we must go on. So, please, if you do, trying to get my train of thought together. Oh, Chaos Cola. But yeah, I want you all to guess who this is. I know who it is, but please, take a guess. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop. Or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves are in alphabetical order, but this one. It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. I think we found enough clues. Let's go and interrogate Vector and Espio and find out what really happened. Fancy a poem? No! I want to interrogate you. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Dashi and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if need. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? Ew, I wasn't entertaining him enough. It seems Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said immediately. You immediately started to read, but you were actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was! Once SBO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. I must have been a good read. What was the book? SBO doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? Nah, something about ninjas. I bet it's something about ninjas. Nothing else. And I mean nothing else. If you won't talk, I have a hunch what that book might be. Dashi, can you help me out? Alright, Dashi. What book do you think SBO may have been reading? The menu! Some detectives you are. Seems like that was the wrong choice. It's the Mirage Express manual. A manual? You think SBO was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Alright, we're back to this lovely minigame. Gather rings. Oh. Whoop. Whoop. Oh. Shoot. Okay. Oh! Oh. You were both grasping. I knew it. Come on, Ashley. Let's try this again. My God, I had it. Wouldn't be entertaining if I succeeded every time, so... Gonna have a few fails here and there. We got it. There are books scattered around the floor. Or sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual means someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. Someone isn't too thrilled. Though, this lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SPO. Hi now! I won't have you insulting my pal like that. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, SBL. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Dashi, if you don't mind. Could you ask SBO some questions about the manual? Just flip a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz SBO about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? Let's start off with 362. Okay, what's the efficient and extremely accurate technology that was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying, the train can clean itself. Now I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Dashi, hit him with another one. Okay, let's go. 89. What is the Mirage Express cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you are over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Dashi. Let's see if SPO can go free for free. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? Let's go! 402! Was implemented to support the conductor's duties and ease general train obligations. An intelligence data processing system, it works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but I can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yes. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does seem a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual. I suppose we can... SPO, is that true? Rector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. And we have evidence to back it up. Dashi? This always puts me on the spot. Okay, Dashi, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw SPO reading. But what? I think it has to be the lock. Because it means Shadow was in there. Shadow's lock? Please pray tell. What this has... Please pray tell. What this has to do with anything. Right up, Dashi. Let's get our argument together. Oh boy. More rings! Oh, oh, you guys are gonna see me struggle on the later ones. Trust me. Whoop. And if I'm very quiet, it kind of means I'm in focus mode. Because unlike the Old Republic, I do have to time everything perfectly. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score in the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. I mean, hey, I don't mind playing games with Vector. SPO said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SPO was fully seated, reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another. On Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So, if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment were you really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors. No one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Dashi, one that I would love for Espio to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor's vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading? Or did he somehow vanish not to notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? I think You know what? I want to see what Tails is cooking. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's onto something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... Dashi, my favorite and beloved employee, please protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I have to make our guests... I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails, we have a piece of evidence that can answer all our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio could have seen one another? No, it's the map. Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Oh, we're going against Tails on this one. Of course, we are still dealing with ninja-style obstacles. So if we just jump here, dodge that, dippity bop, hibbity here, hibbity hop, 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 dippity hop. Spring! Woo! Woo! Ooh! That was close. But I think we got enough rings anyway. The library map. Oh, I see! See the exits? They're right across from one another. A straight path. If Shadow walked down this straight path, there is a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. Looks like you have a point. You have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow not to see him? Interesting. That's where I was sitting, reading my book. I second this. When I returned to the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because the bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio, or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it? Another pair of alibis validated? Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck. And if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose while the doors keep getting locked. Tick, tick, tock goes the clock while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Nashi, let's see what's next. Coming! So yeah, it seems to me that we have validated the alibis of Espio and Vector. However, Espio's doesn't seem to be airtight, but it's not really much of an issue right now. So I'm gonna save here, and I think we're gonna call it a day for this one. So next time we'll be heading on to the casino car to find out what Rouge was up to, especially according to this evidence, as we're currently here. So we would be... Sonic is just chilling right there, very much dead. Knuckles is still in the saloon car, vibing. So our next stop would be the casino car to speak to Rouge and Blaze. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed this video despite me being sick for this one. I'm hoping to be feeling better soon, but you know these colds, they tend to flare up there and again. So be sure to leave a like, be sure to leave a comment on, well, mainly who you think was the one who put those crosses on Sonic. So thank you for joining, have a nice day, and stay safe.